In 1775, the British marched into Concord with the intention of suppressing the possibility of rebellion. Muskets in hand, this was the beginning of a war that shaped a nation. For some, these gunshots still echo through history, sparking a community that is dedicated to retelling the stories of the American Revolution.
It's important to do it, again, to tell people where we came from, because you don't really know where you're going until you know where you came from.
Michael Graves, biology professor at UMass Lowell, joined His Royal Majesty's 10th Regiment of the Foot in 2006 and has since risen through the ranks and now serves as major and adjutant of the regiment.
We try to recreate a British regiment as it looked in 1775, the 10th Foot as it looked in 1775.
Recreations range from battles to setting up realistic encampments to marching in parades. Through replicated uniforms and real muskets, the regiment aims to educate and display an accurate portrayal of the British Army.
The British Army was not drafted. These were men who volunteered, and they were professional soldiers.
Recreated British regiments didn't always look perfect, but in 1968, the 10th's founder, Vincent R.J. Cahoe, was inspired to fix this problem.
Our founder had gone to an event where the British soldiers were wearing bathrobes and papier-mâché hats. They looked like circus clowns, and it was a comedy. But it was serious. I mean, these Americans, they were taking on the best army in the world, and so you have to have British soldiers that play that role so they can actually see the seriousness of what was going on at the time.
Upholding these standards is essential to the art of reenactment. However, with many members retiring, continuing the hobby proves a challenge.
We want to get younger people involved. We want the regiment to continue. It's been around for 50 years. And if we want to continue that, then we have to recruit younger people.
Devin Ciano, a Newton North junior and member of a French reenactment group, Les Bourbonnais, is keeping the tradition alive.
It's kind of refreshing to be like a younger dude to come in. If there's anything that they can't do, they're kind of like, recruit, get in there and do it.
No matter which regiment you belong to, being out in the field brings sides together.
So I mean, I've got friends who are Americans. So it's that kind of meeting people and getting to know people better, and that kind of camaraderie and friendship, I guess, is probably the best part for me.
While the personal connections built on and off the battlefield keep them coming back, what drives these soldiers at heart is a passion for history.
I like talking about history. Obviously, I'm passionate about history. I guess it's just nice to tell people about it and kind of share my passion with people. There'll be a bunch of kids rolling up, and it's kind of cool to be the guy that everyone's all the little kids are interested in. And they're like, oh, what's this thing?
I'm also a teacher and a professor at heart, so the reenacting bit just kind of gives me another venue to go out. You know, when we're talking after we do an event, we usually gather and we talk to the spectators and answer questions and tell them more about ourselves. So I guess it's another a chance of me being a teacher and being able to educate people.
By realistically portraying history, these units are able to breathe life into dusty pages of history textbooks and form closer bonds within their own communities. For NNTV, this is Alexia Rindisbacher.